Hello, hi, namaskar to all the viewers of this channel, the students of Chartered Accountancy course who are the aspirants of CA and who want to be the achievers of CA. Welcome back to this particular channel. It's me, Sudhakar, accountancy faculty, having nearly 25 years of teaching experience for PUC, BCom, and CA students. Okay, my dear students, we are in the last class of this particular problem of chapter, that is rectification of errors. Shall we move on to that last one, that is study material problem, exercise third. Here the errors are disclosed in the next year. We know very well when the errors are disclosed in the next year, in the place of income, in the place of expenses, we have to use profit and loss adjustment account. Fine. See what happened here. Mr. A closed his books of accounts on 30th September. In spite of difference in the trial balance, there is a difference of rupees 830, the credit being short. See, credit being short. Short means किधर लेना, credit side में ही लेना. For which account? Suspense account. So suspense account in what side I have to take? Suspense account in credit side I have to take 830 when I prepare a ledger, not right now. I won't prepare any suspense account, P&L adjustment account right now. I prepare only after completion of the entire problem. Okay, fine. A sale of rupees 2300 to Mr. Lala posted to the credit of Mr. Mala. हाँ कैसा है रे बात है बहुत अच्छा है ना एक तो लाला अनदर तो माला एक तो मिस्टर लाला अनदर तो मिसेस माला right fine now let me explain what happened. Always I used to tell you, my dear student, whenever you are learning journal, whenever if you want to be very strong in accountancy, try to have the 5 stars in your mind. Try to have Panchatarayaru knowledge, the knowledge of Panchatarayaru to a maximum extent. That gives you a very good knowledge. Fine, see, I like explain. Sale means what? Sale means, my dear student, sale means it is an income, right? Income is to be what? Credited. ये तो correct है. Fine. To Mr. Lala. Who is Lala? When you sold goods to Lala, Lala is your debtor. Debtor आपने क्या करना? Debit करना asset. Posted to the credit of Mala. Where you posted? You posted to the credit of Mala. Means wrong credit. Now tell me where the mistake happened. According to the given sentence, I mentioned all the three. Sales is a income credit, correct. Lala is a debtor, debit, correct. Mala is a creditor, credit, wrong. Now tell me, my dear student, where the mistake happened. Is it Lala and Mala? Or else even the mistake is committed or the errors is committed, even the sales account? Whether he said anything about that? No. No mistake is committed in sales. So sales is not to be taken in our rectification. The wrong happened where you know, instead of recording Lala's account, they have recorded in Mrs. Mala's account. Now your rectified entry will be what? As we know very well, keep the correct in the same place. So Lala is to be debited. Lala is to be debited. Mala, take it in opposite side. Opposite side means Mala will comes in the debit side. So Lala's account debit, Mala's account debit to suspense account. That is your first entry. Let me write the answer for first entry. That is Mr. Lala's account debit, Mrs. Mala's account debit to what we have to write? To suspense account. Tell me it comes how much amount? I think 2,300. I write here 2,300, right? We have to take 2,300 dash 2,300 dash 4,600 being wrong credited to Mrs. Mala's account is rectified. Let me move on to next one. Total of return inward book. What do you mean by return inward book? It is a sales returns book. Of July 2020, 1240 was not posted in the ledger. Post nahi hua. Fine. Sales returns is what? Sales and sales returns are opposite, but comes under the same heading. I repeat, sales and sales returns are opposite, but comes under the same heading. Heading is income. Sales is a income credit side. Sales returns is a opposite debit side. So sales returns क्या होता अब debit side होता. ये तो correct है. In the place of sales return, since the errors are disclosed in the next year, what we have to use? We have to use P&L adjustment account. ये तो एंट्री नहीं किया है ना, सेल्स रिटर्न्स बुक से सेल्स रिटर्न्स अकाउंट को एंट्री नहीं हुआ. That's why it is called one-sided error. Now your entry will be profit and loss adjustment account debit to suspense account. Profit and loss adjustment account debit to what? Suspense account. How much amount, my dear children? 1240 being sales returns is now being posted. Sales returns is now being posted. Let me move on to the next one. Freight paid on purchase of machine. I tell you, my dear student, this is a very, very important entry. Freight paid. What you paid? Freight paid. On what? Purchase of machine. When you paid the freight on purchase of machine, it is a capital expenditure. What expenditure it is called? It is called the capital expenditure. What it will make? It will increase the value of machinery. Means asset increases, asset is to be debited. My dear student, did you understood? Freight paid on purchase of machine. Purchase of machine is a capital expenditure. It is an asset. Whatever the expenses incurred on purchase of asset is to be added to the value of asset as a capital expenditure that increases the value of asset. Asset is to be debited. But आपने क्या किए? Posted to the freight account as a 5,650. Freight account में post किए. Freight account means what? It is an expenses. एक्सपेंसेस को कितने डाले आप? 6,500 डाले. इज इट करेक्ट और रॉन्ग? दिस इज द रॉन्ग वन. बाद में डिप्रिसिएशन है. आई टेक इट सेपरेटली. आई वोंट मिक्स इट हियर बिकॉज वी गेट लॉट ऑफ कंफ्यूजन इफ आई मिक्स इट. नाउ वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. Instead of recording the machinery account as rupees 5,600, see here, account में भी mistake हुआ, figure में भी mistake हुआ. You have committed mistake both in the account as well as in the amount. Okay, it's a multiple error of commission. Okay, now tell me. Now let us analyze how to rectify it. Same thing, I never change my explanation. Since from the class 1, I never changed my explanation. Keep the correct in the same place. Shift the wrong in the opposite place. Fine. Expenses means what? Debit. Debit किधर आता? Opposite बोले तो credit आता. अब entry क्या हुआ? Now the entry will be machinery account debit as it is 5,600 to freight account dash 6,500. और डिफरेंस आया है ना? कितना आया डिफरेंस? 900 रुपीज़ आया. दैट 900 रुपीज़ किधर डालना? डेबिट साइड में कम है ना. वी हैव टू टेक सस्पेंस अकाउंट डेबिट 900 रुपीज़. मालूम हुआ क्या बोले? कीप द करेक्ट इन द सेम प्लेस, शिफ्ट द रॉन्ग इन द ऑपोजिट प्लेस. मशीनरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू फ्राइट अकाउंट. मशीनरी में 5,600, फ्राइट में 6,500 और डिफरेंस आता है ना 900. दैट गोज टू सस्पेंस अकाउंट. इज इट लास्ट एंट्री? इज इट फाइनल? No, my dear student. Why? Because it is a expenses. When it is a expenses, it is to be replaced with what? P&L adjustment account. So what I should use in the place of freight? I have to use P&L adjustment account. This is the correct rectified entry, my dear student. What is that rectified entry? Machinery account debit 5600. Suspense account debit 900. 2 P&L adjustment account 6500. Shall we make an entry now? The entry is the third entry. May I go for A point, that is machinery account debit. How much? 6,000 dash 5,600. Then what? Suspense account debit 900 dash. बाद में क्या आया? बाद में the pen has given free hand. For few minutes it won't work. Started working. Profit. No. Come back, please come back. So profit and loss adjustment account. क्या लिखना हम? प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस एडजस्टमेंट अकाउंट. कितना आता अब? 6500 आया. Being wrong debit to freight account is rectified. Wrong debit to freight account is rectified. बाद में क्या लिखना? I go for depreciation. What percent depreciation? Depreciation is 10% on machinery. What is machinery value? Machinery value is 5,600. 5,600 into 10%. It comes to 560. Right? What is the journal entry for depreciation? Depreciation reduces the machinery. Depreciation reduces the machinery. Right? Entry is what? Depreciation is a expenses. Depreciation account debit to machinery account. Do you think can we use depreciation as it is? No, it is a expenses. It is to be replaced with P&L adjustment. Now what about your entry? P&L adjustment account debit to machinery account with an amount of how much? With an amount of rupees 560. Let us write the same third May B point. That is instead of using depreciation, what I have to use? P&L adjustment account debit to machinery account. How much? 560 dash 560. Being depreciation charged on machinery. Being depreciation charged on machinery. Fine. Let me move on to the next one. While carrying forward total in the purchase account to the next page. कौन सा account? Purchase account. To the next page. Rupees 65,590 was written instead of 56,950. See, this is a written value. This is a written value means this is the wrong value. This is the correct value. Instead of 56,950, they have recorded 65,590. So let me differentiate out. 65,590 में कितना माइनस करना? 56,950 माइनस करना. कितना आता डिफरेंस? 40. ये तो 6 आया. ये तो 8,000 आ रहा है ना. 640 रुपीज़ आया. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Did you understood? This is under. Instead of recording 56,950, instead of recording correct value, we have recorded wrong value. This is over हुआ. क्या हुआ? Over हुआ. कौन सा over? Let me explain. While carrying forward total of purchase book means what? Expenses is to be replaced with what? P&L adjustment. एक्सपेंसेस किधर आता, डेबिट साइड में आता, करेक्ट डेबिट। अब क्या हुआ, ओवर डेबिट हुआ, ओवर डेबिट हुआ, क्या हुआ अब, ओवर डेबिट हुआ। किधर लेना, टेक इट इन ऑपोजिट साइड, ऑपोजिट साइड लेना है तो किधर लेना, क्रेडिट साइड लेना। So when you take purchases in the credit side, the entry will be what, two purchases, because it comes in the credit side. What is to be written on the debit side, suspense account is to be written on the debit side. Your entry will be what, suspense account debit to purchase account. Instead of purchases, what we have to use, P&L adjustment, because it is an item of expenses. So your rectified entry will be what, suspense account debit to P&L adjustment account. That is the entry number what, fourth entry, suspense account debit to P&L adjustment account. How much amount it is, 8,640, being over credit in purchase account is debit in purchase account is rectified, है ना, over debit in purchase account is rectified, over debit in purchase account is rectified. Let me move on to the last transaction of this particular problem, my dear students. A sale of machinery on credit to Mehta for rupees 9,000. क्या किया आपने, what you have done, you have sold machinery on credit to Mehta for what, 9,000 you have sold on 30th September 2020, was not entered in the books at all, entry nahi hua. Okay, fine. The value of the machinery is 6,750. What is the value of machinery, 6,750. This value of machinery is called the book value of machinery. 6,750 machinery is sold for 9,000 rupees. Are you getting my word? 6,750 book value of machinery sold for 9,000. When you sold it for 9,000, your profit will be 2,250. This is what happened. Whole thing is what? The whole thing is not recorded. We have to record, right? Let me explain for this particular concept. So easy. A sale of machinery, machinery will decrease, machinery is to be credited. With how much? 6,750 rupees. Because book value of machinery is what? 6,750, it is to be credited. बाद में sold to Mehta. Who is Mehta? Mehta is a debtor. Debtor is to be debited. With how much? 9,000 rupees. Machinery decreased, machinery is to be credited 6,750. Mehta being a debtor, debtor is to be increased, sold for 9,000, correct debit. बाद में profit आया ना, profit means what? Income. Income is to be what? Credited with 2,250. Now tell me, put together the entry is what? Put together the entry is, that is Mehta machinery credit, Mehta debit, profit credit. So now what we have to write? Mehta account debit 9,000, to machinery 6,250, to profit and loss. We should not write profit and loss. We have to write profit and loss adjustment account. It is 6,000. How much it is? 750. This will be how much? 6,250. I mean 2,250. Instead of writing P&L, we have to use what? P&L adjustment account. Did you understood? Now your entry will be Mehta's account debit, to machinery account, to P&L adjustment account. Let me write the next entry, that is entry number what? Entry number I think 5. Mehta's account debit 9000 dash to what is sold, machinery, right? मशीनरी अकाउंट, क्या लेना मशीनरी को, बुक वैल्यू लेना, कितना आई वो 6750। क्या हुआ, प्रॉफिट हुआ। प्रॉफिट किधर डालना, नॉर्मली प्रॉफिट गोज टू पी एंड एल, बट हियर द errors are disclosed in the next year, so profit goes to P and L adjustment. In bracket let me write profit that is 2250 being machinery sold to Mehta is now recorded, है ना, to whom the machinery sold, Mehta only. Machinery sold to Mehta is now recorded. Finished. Now what we have to do, we have to prepare the first profit and loss adjustment account, because I left some space. This is very important that we have to leave. Let me write profit and loss adjustment account. Okay, fine. Or debit, credit, particular sub आप लिख लेना. Okay, fine. Let me move on to the first one. Lala, Mala, suspense, no P and L adjustment. P and L adjustment to suspense. Since, my dear student, suspense account is in the credit of journal, so it comes where, debit of ledger. So किधर लिखना, to suspense account कितना आया अमाउंट हो, 1240 आया है ना. Okay, fine. Let me move on to the next one. What happened here? Machinery account debit, suspense account debit to P and L adjustment. See, both are is in the debit of journal, so they goes to credit side of ledger. By machinery, by suspense. By machinery account, by suspense account. How much? Machinery 5600, suspense 900. करेक्ट है ना. बाद में पी एंड एल एडजस्टमेंट टू मशीनरी, मशीनरी इज इन द क्रेडिट ऑफ जर्नल, सो इट कम्स टू वेयर, डेबिट साइड ऑफ लेडजर टू मशीनरी एज ए 560. बाद में सस्पेंस टू पी एंड एल एडजस्टमेंट, सस्पेंस इज इन द डेबिट ऑफ जर्नल, सो इट गोज टू वेयर, क्रेडिट साइड बाय suspense account as a 8640. बाद में इन द फिफ्थ एंट्री, मेहता's account debit to machinery to P and L adjustment. See, मेहता to P and L adjustment कितना है, 2600. Now मेहता is in the debit side of journal. मेहता is in what side? मेहता is in what side? Mehta is in what side? Mehta is in debit side. Wait. Fine. Now Mehta is in what side? Mehta is in the debit side of journal. When Mehta is in the debit side of journal, it goes to where? Credit side of ledger. So what I have to write? I have to write by, okay, fine, by Mehta's account. How much relation between both of them? A relation of only out of 9000 of Mehta, 6750 belongs to machinery, only 2250 belongs to the P and L adjustment account. है ना. Now we have to close it. See, find out how much total we are getting. The total on the credit side is 17,390. डिफरेंस कितना आता, माइनस किया तो 15,590. It is to be transferred to where? Capital account as a balancing figure. When you have written to capital, when it comes in the debit side of ledger, I repeat, my dear student, when capital comes in the debit side of ledger, it goes to the credit side of journal, means to capital account. Then entry will be what? Your entry will be profit and loss adjustment account debit, because debit side of ledger becomes credit side of journal. So we have to write to capital account 15,590 being what? Balance of P&L adjustment transfer to capital account. This completes your P&L adjustment. But when it comes to the starting point, we have a suspense account. Suspense account में हमको credit balance दिए because credit being short. Now what I should do? I have to prepare one more ledger, that is suspense account. What ledger I have to prepare? I have to prepare suspense account. In suspense account, what side is short? What side is short? Credit side being short. Means what I have to do? I have to take it in credit side only. By credit short. How much credit short? Credit short, that is rupees. How much? 830. How much it is? 830. See the first entry. Lala, Mala to suspense. Lala, Mala are in the debit of journal. So they goes to the credit side of suspense account. We have to write by Lala's account by Mala's account with a 2,300 and 2,300. Come to the next one. P&L adjustment to suspense. Now we are preparing suspense account. We have to write P&L adjustment. P&L adjustment is in the debit of journal, so it goes to where? Credit side. By P&L adjustment account with 1,240. Hua. Similarly, machinery suspense to P&L adjustment. See, in suspense, we have to write P&L adjustment. P&L adjustment is in the credit side of journal. So it comes where? Debit side of ledger. What is the relationship between P&L adjustment and suspense? Out of 6,500, 5,600 goes to machinery, only 900 goes to suspense. The relationship between suspense account and P&L adjustment account is only rupees 900. So where I have to write? In the debit side, to P&L adjustment account as a 900 rupees. Then suspense to machinery, suspense to P&L adjustment. Okay, here no suspense. Here in fourth entry, suspense to P&L adjustment credit side में है, अब debit side में आता. Am I right? कितना आता debit side में? 8,640. To P&L adjustment account 8,640. Fine. Let me move on to next one. What? Mehta machinery P&L adjustment. There is no suspense. That's all. Now you close it off. What side you are getting more? Obviously in the debit side, when compared to credit, it is 9,540, right? 9,540. How much is the difference? That difference is called by difference in trial balance as a balancing figure. It is of rupees 2,870. This is how we have to solve the problem, my dear student. I hope this completes the entire concept of rectification of errors. In the next class, I start the new chapter, that is a chapter 4 of the CA foundation, that is inventory, valuation of inventory. Okay, namaskar, take care, bye bye.